Alrighty, so in the enforcement court action process, which again, hopefully you don't have to be involved with, but if you do, this is a way to enforce your claim when these banks are not acknowledging you and plowing over you and not doing what they're supposed to do. And they continue collection activity, they're continuing to foreclose, they're continuing to do all these things. So, in the previous video on the answer and counterclaim, we covered, I'm not going to cover the same, please watch that video, I'm not going to cover everything, but I'm just going to go over and read the motion for mandatory judicial notice. You can also word it as a petition. You got to look at the court rules, you got to make your own judgments and decisions about what to do here. Okay, so it basically says, from the third party trust in the case, that's a counter plaintiff countersuing the bank in this case. Motion for mandatory judicial notice comes now. Smith Family Trust, the intervener and counterplaintiff, appearing in persona conjuncta pursuant to rule. Again, this is a fictitious rule. I'm just throwing this in there. This is just a template. This is not the exact rule. Please don't use this rule. This rule doesn't exist. You have to look up in your own statutes at your own local, whichever jurisdiction that this case is in. Pursuant to Rule 101-300 of the Illinois Rules of Civil Procedure, upon motion for mandatory judicial notice, to move this court of record to take mandatory judicial notice of the following matters set forth hereafter pursuant to Code 990 of the Illinois Rules of Evidence in General. Matters to be judicially noticed. Exhibit A, the private, confidential, and proprietary record submitted in camera to the court hereinafter the private record. The private record comprises a contract, the settlement agreement, by and between J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A., the counter-defendant, and Smith Family Trust, the intervener and counterplaintiff, in the above captioned action. Wherefore, the counterplaintiff hereby moves this court to take mandatory judicial notice of the aforementioned matters, respectfully submit, executed, sealed by the voluntary act of his own hand, this blank day of blank 2000 blank, by, blank, signed, intervener and counterplaintiff in persona conjuncta without recourse or it's reserved, Smith, as trustee for Smith Family Trust, a private express trust. So that is the mandatory judicial notice. You can get this for free, the editable version and several other documents accompanying it, if you go to our site, understandcontractlawandyouvin.com, and sign up for the free announcement list, which you will get notice of many announcements and things that we do not post on YouTube and we do not post publicly that you may or may want to be aware of or be privy to, as well as free webinars and conference calls that happen almost weekly. Sometimes we skip a week because we get very busy with what we're doing. You can get that mandatory judicial notice if you hover over free education. There's a lot of information that we're going to be adding here that's not even in here, but you got a free deprogramming video series, and let's see, there's going to be some other tabs. Free documents is what I'm going to call it. So check back. Today is May 3rd, 2014. So check back in a few days, and there will be a tab called Free Documents. Okay? And you do not need to pay us or do anything to get them, but just make sure that you stay in the loop, because we want to make sure you get the most value from what you're doing. So make sure that you sign up for the announcement list. Make sure that you also sign up as a private member. Down here, you'll see sign up now. If you try to click on different sections of the website and you can't get in and it says private, you can't see that. Take, for example, this. You want to see some information on administrative process on credit cards. It's going to tell you to subscribe for free to view, and then it's going to say click here. We'll walk you through the free subscription process. So there are two calls to action here. This list and signing up when this pops up, so you can see all the stuff on the back end of the page. And you can go back here, go to free documents, you can go to free deprogramming series, you can get 10 hours of free information teaching and bringing up to speed. And I believe that there's a lot of information in there that is not being taught out there by other gurus, by other teachers, by other coaches. So that's what we're here for, folks, is to try to fill in the gaps. Please do not hesitate to contact us. We also have a phone number on our website and an email address right down over here, and let us know. Thanks for watching.